In this tutorial, we're going to go over visual aids in oral presentation. So when you get to organize your presentation, remember oral presentation, you are speaking. And you want something to help you as you get to speak. You are going to use visual aids. These are going to be able to make sure that as people are listening to what you are speaking, they are also following easily. And so that's why you can use video aids. These video aids include things like the chalkboard, the flip charts, and also just projectors. So you need to make sure that you write your introduction of your video aid, the body, that is now you get to write everything else, and also the conclusion. Well, you need to make sure that these are all written in short, because the concentration is what you are speaking, so you shouldn't be reading, you should be interacting with the audience. So don't concentrate on just reading. That's why you just put a few things on either the flip chart. So the flip chart, this can be any chart like this, where you get to write points and you can be flipping. There'll be another page which will be there. So if you finish with what is on this page, you flip, and then there'll be another page like that. And then you've got projectors, overhead projectors. You can also use videos as video aids, whiteboards and chalkboards, posters, handouts, and also some objects. So objects, let's say you are making a presentation on maybe bomb paste. So you're going to have that bomb in your hand, trying to show evidence to people so that they are able to see. So that can be an object you can use. So what are the uses of visual aids? So these visual aids help to make a presentation livelier. So it should be live. And at times you can perhaps when you're getting to present, you can forget a point. Instead of you getting to lie a presentation, a visual aid can be able to help you to check through, and you continue now just getting to explain. So visual aids also can help the audience to follow the presentation, and they help also to present information that would be difficult to through speech alone. There are some things which are very difficult to understand just when you are getting to speak. So visual aids are there to make sure that they help to follow through. Okay, and also they often help to relax the audience. Instead of the audience getting to just pay particular attention to every single word that you say, at least when they're able to see, even if they can forget the words that you said, they can have a summary of what you have been saying just from the visual aids there. All right. Now, when you are getting to present a visual aid, visual should be concise, simple, and relevant. It shouldn't be that complicated. The word shouldn't be that many. So it should be short and enough. It should be very simple, not so much complicated, and it should be relevant. What is useless, don't include it on the visual aid. For example, you can just give a point and a very simple example there. And that example, if you want now as you get to speak, you can explain it further, other than writing every single dot. That wouldn't be necessary. And also it should be arranged in logical sequence to correspond with the presentation structure. So if you put your structure, my points are going to flow in this way. Make sure that the visual aids are arranged in logical sequence. Points are flowing in order, not this point, it doesn't even connect with another, like they're totally different points that you're talking about. You get to put them together. That wouldn't be right. And make sure that each should convey a specific idea. As you get to put points on your visual aid, make sure that they are conveying a specific idea, not just talking about one thing and you are putting those as points. No. So if it is only one point, just write one, and then the rest you are going to just be able to explain yourself. So let's look at the types of visual aids. So we've got chalkboards and whiteboards. Now these are used for small groups. Chalkboards, as you know, or even whiteboards, you can't use them for a lot of people because those who might be very far might not be able to see what you've written, and they are used mostly for informal groups. It can be very few people. Maybe you're just trying to do a simple discussion, or even a classroom, but in a form where a very big meeting, you mostly don't use chalkboards and whiteboards. In a very big meeting of very big people, intellectuals, you don't get to use this. And chalkboards and whiteboards are very cheap. The others we can use, these are flip charts, and they can be used for groups for up to 30 people. So if you are the 25 of you, you can use a flip chart. So to record lists of ideas or display spur of the moment information also is very cheap. So flip charts are more like whiteboards and chalkboards. You just start for these, at least you can reach up to even 30 people. The information is also very cheap. Okay. So just get to record just some points, spurs of the moment, just some points of the moment. It's not everything that you get to put there as you get to present. We can also have an overhead projector. So for overhead projectors, these are these are very much used in an audience where there are a lot of people, and they're actually better. Slide projections and computer-based displays both add an air of professionalism. And when you get to use projectors, it has more an air of professionalism. It will show that these people are meeting here are professionals, and the presentations are suited for large audiences and can be, of course, costly because we're even using electricity there, and just the projector itself that is costly. So, but it is useful for large audiences because a lot of people can see even from distances because the words have been enlarged. So when you are making this visual aids, make sure that it matches with the needs of your audience. You just don't get to write anything on the visual aids. You need to know what the needs of your audience are, and then you can be able to put those points there on the visual aids. Now let's understand how to get to prepare slides as you are talking about visual aids. So you need to make sure that you use images and graphics. So these should be relevant images, not just anything. Those you are using should be able to maintain communication and the interest of people, not to bring something out of the topic that wouldn't be necessary. So you make sure that you put what is necessary on the visual aids. And also minimize text, and don't use a lot of text and don't use a lot of numbers. Don't use too many pictures, don't use too many graphics. Make sure that they are just in the right way. Of course, you are having graphics and also images here, but make sure when you are using text, don't make it as if it's a textbook. There should be very few text and numbers. And also avoid distracting backgrounds. Imagine even just this page that I have here, the background has got snakes and some other things. Those are distracting. So you need to make sure that you get to use the background that is not distracting, and you need to use large fonts like 36, 32, 24. Imagine you use a font of 12 and this is a very big group of people. How are they going to be able to see? So the minimum we should be able to use is a font of 24. And it is also important to mix lowercase letters and uppercase letters. Don't make all letters to be capital because that would be very difficult for someone to be able to see when you get to just use capital letters throughout. And use color to highlight text. So you don't highlight everything. Don't use colored text on just everything. Only use colored inks on just portions that you want to highlight, those portions which you think you want to concentrate on. And keep figures simple. Don't use figures which are too complicated for people to understand. And also include only many points and keywords only. You don't get to put everything. When you write a keyword, don't write an explanation. You can explain as you are getting to present yourself, and make sure that you get to check out the spellings and also the grammar of your presentation. As always, make sure that you keep it simple. Well, thank you so much, and in this tutorial we're going to end here. See you in the next tutorial now.